Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below. And follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana_sports. Hey guys, Adriana Jimenez joined here with two-division world champion, Jessie Vargas. Jessie, it's great to see you. We're very excited for next year to come already for February 29th, big fight against Mikey Garcia. You've been asking for the big fights. You've moved up to 154, looking for that fight with Munguia. We're looking for a title there. This fight, 147, how excited are you to put up a good show, two Mexicans in there?
I'm very happy, honestly, Adriana. I think that it's gonna be a fight for the fans to remember, for years to come. I think that it's destined for big things because his style and mine match up well for an action-packed fight. It's the way I see it. I've studied his style, and that's just the way I see it. Some people have even possibly said this reminds me of a possible Morales versus Barrera. I'm not sure if we can live up to the hype of that fight. Of the magnitude. We hope we can. And I think that the fans are going to be winners that night, and also I'm planning to be the winner myself. But I know what he has to bring. I know he's a talented fighter. I know he's hungry. He has a desire to become champion again. I do as well. I mean, he's a 4-division world champion. I'm a 2-division world champion. I'm looking to become a third. So in order for me to be in the route of success and look for another world title, I need to be victorious this Saturday, February 29th. So it's a big one. I think there's a lot at stake for both of us.
I can tell that you've been doing the broadcast more and more because you're basically getting all the answers that I want from you. You're already giving them to me ahead of time because I'm trying to find out, all right, what is this what does a fight against Mikey Garcia? What does a victory do for you? What kind of fight are we expecting the two Mexicans? You're already answering. You're getting ahead of the game.
You know what, Adriana? I'm sorry I interrupted you. It's just that I have gained experience, in that area, so I know the kind of questions that will be asked, and I'm trying to be helpful and give you all the information that you need in a simple answer. But it's not a simple answer when it comes to Mikey Garcia. We need to say what he is. He's a talented athlete who is very versatile and very good counter puncher, and he's very technical in his ability. And we have to make sure that we don't underestimate, Mikey Garcia. I'm not doing it, and I'm not planning to, just because I know his strengths. But the key is to look for some of the weaknesses that he might have, and that way we can exploit them and use them to our advantage to become victorious. And use my reach advantage, my height advantage. I have to use all those details on February 29th. In Dallas, Texas, on the zone. I think that. I thank everyone that's a part of my team for making this fight happen. As you said earlier, I'm looking for the biggest fights possible. I was moving up to 54 to make the Munguia fight. I knew that was a fight that the fans would love. We weren't able to make that happen, and this opportunity came up to fight Mikey. I know that it's going to be a little tougher for me to make 147. But I'm right in the mark where I'm between 47 and 54. You know what I mean? Where I can still possibly one last time. No, I will possibly one last time make 147. But I'm looking forward to becoming 154 champ. But then again, I'm in that middle mark where I can still kind of, I struggle to make a little bit to make 47. But I ultimately feel like I can make it. I have just with more. It's gonna be a stricter diet. Stricter diet in order to make it. Just everything is just going to be brought down to perfection when it comes to coming down in weight. As I'm talking to you about my weight, I'm thinking oh, damn, I have to drop it. You know what I mean? But I just have to make sure I have no mistakes, no more sweets in between camp, not even a cheat day like once every 2 weeks, nothing at all. That's what I have to do in order to make 147. But I think that it's definitely worth it in order to give the fans what they want to see, and it's Garcia Vargas, February 29th.
What's going to be the hardest thing to give up on this diet?
The hardest thing to give up? Burgers, like every now and then, So say in a 2-month camp or 9-week camp, I'd have a burger like 3 times in that time, But now it's nothing. It's just salmon, chicken, rice, and vegetables. That's it every day. Woo! In small portions, probably the meat would be a little over a fist size. So, it's difficult, but it's a sacrifice that we're willing to make as fighters. In order to give the fight fans what they want to see, in order to give them, big fights, great fights, action-packed fights, and earn their respect, earn their respect and admiration. That's what I'm fighting. That's what I always fought for. Of course, I fight for my family and for my daughter, to provide a better family, for better things for my family. But overall, it's not easy.
With the victory over Mikey Garcia, it opens up opportunities for even a world title at 147. I know you are looking for that 154. If that opportunity at 147, is that still attractive for you, a title there, or are you just more laser focused into getting that title at 154?
Right now, my sole priority right now is Mikey Garcia and being victorious on February 29th on the zone in Dallas, Texas. That's my main priority. I have no distractions. I'm not looking beyond that. Once that fight comes, ask me again, and then I'll share my thoughts. But I think that it's a key answer. You know what I mean? It's where I have to go back with my team, discuss with them, my entire team, discuss with them, what's the best plan to make, and also let them know how I feel, in what weight I feel better in. Those are things that we just need to express to the team. And I thank my team for being with me. I thank them, from the bottom of my heart, for supporting me. I'm real, man. I try to be open about it. You know what I mean? Like, I share my thoughts, whether some people like it or not. I give my opinion, and I just want to thank everyone that's a part of my team, backing me, making this fight possible, because it was several people who gathered together to make this fight, and I thank them for making it happen.
Speaking of making fights, of course, we touched on it briefly about the Munguia fight that wasn't able to happen. And there was also the Kell Brook some time back. Do you feel that these fighters, like in Kell Brook and Munguia, that they're avoiding you?
I couldn't say that. I mean, for some reason, the fight didn't happen with Munguia. I don't want to disrespect anyone, so I'd say that for some reason, they're not taking the fights. For some reason, I don't know what the reason is, but I'll let the fans, give their opinion on it or make their guesses. But ultimately, I'm only here to fight. All I could do is tell my promoter, tell my advisors who I want to fight. They should pursue it, and then hopefully the opponent will take the fight, or the possible future opponent can take the fight, and we can make the fight happen. Ultimately, that's what we're in this business for, is to give the fight fans the best fights possible. Never look for defeat, but always look for the biggest fights, even if they're a risk, but give it for the fans. You want to give them memorable moments that will put you in history. That way when we retire, we can say, I tried my best, I gave it my all, and I accomplished this, and that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a future Hall of Famer, but not only that, a fighter that everyone will admire and respect throughout the years and decades to come.
Munguia's trainer for the past few fights is Eric Morales, who trained you for, I believe, one fight, the Bradley fight, right? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I'm not sure. I know Eric well. He's cool. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. I have no idea.
Last fight you were with Freddie Roach. Are you with him, or are you separated with him? Who's going to be training you for this fight?
Well, I'm not going to be holding camp in LA, so that was a little difficult with Freddie. So we were supposed to fight with Munguia, September. So I rushed into camp because I got the call in late July. Hey, you want Munguia? I said, damn, it's like 5 weeks to the fight. Let's do it. Vamos. We tried organizing everything. Unfortunately, Freddie was just too tough on him, and he had other fighters fighting already. And we called up Ernie Zavala. Boom, bro, and let's do this, bro. We were able to coordinate that, which Zavala was like Freddie's right-hand man, so they have a similar style and a very similar mindset. And I'm just thankful with Ernie for taking up the task, and because he's a great trainer. I'll bring him over here now. Ernie's a great trainer, and I'm happy to. He is very talented. He, as in his way, So tell him what we're working on, man.
Well, we're just working
Don't
on.
tell him too much, man.
We're working on fundamentals, really. Getting all the fundamentals down. Jesse, he's had 30-something fights already, so he knows how to throw a punch. It's just going to basics, sticking to fundamentals, and going from there.
But sometimes some punches that I used to throw back, in certain times, I kind of moved away from it, and I stopped throwing the hook like I used to, or certain punches like I used to. So now I have Ernie remind me, hey, let's do this, try this. And then I get to it.
Complete arsenal.
Yeah, and I go back to him like, well, I used to do this before. I must have just got bad habits along the years. But I think that you're gonna see the best of Jessie Vargas February 29th. You know, and for the years to come, I'm very comfortable with the team that I have now, and I'm thankful with them too.
Well, the man that you're taking on, Mikey Garcia, he's a talented fighter. His only loss is against Earl Spence. Is there anything that you could take away from that fight and apply it towards your fight?
I mean, there's some things possibly that we can see. There's some things that we'll be able to notice to kind of just use to our advantage. But keep in mind, he was a southpaw. I'm an orthodox fighter, so it's something to keep in mind. But you know, any weakness that we may see, you know, make sure to exploit come February 29th.
Yes, exactly what Jesse said. He's a southpaw, so the habits that Mikey showed in that fight is not going to be the same for fighting right-handed with Jesse here. So, I mean, there's a couple of things, but not too much. We're going to go with, I'm thinking we'll watch Broner, we'll watch the fights against right-hand fighters.
Sounds good. All right. Jesse, message to the fans, English and Spanish. I know you can do both.
Yeah, well, thank you for all the support. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you, bro. On Instagram, Jessie Vargas _ Jessie with an IE. And of course, gracias por todo el apoyo. Thank you for all the support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Fino Boxing, for being around throughout the years and always showing support to the game of boxing. And I mean, boxing is on the rise, and I hope that you enjoy the fight February 29th and every fight from now to then, you know. And the biggest fights of the year, hopefully, is one of them. Take care.
Absolutely. Don't miss it. February 29th, Jessie Vargas versus Mikey Garcia in Dallas, Texas. And if you can't make it in person, catch it on DAZN. Thank you so much, Jesse. Good luck. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below. And follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana _sports.